So in my last video, I talked about win-loss ratio and why I personally didn't care about it. Basically what I said is that there's too many variables. If you want to go watch that video, it's on my channel. I will try to remember to link it at the end of this video. Make sure you guys hit those end cards at the end of the video, it really helps me out. But from that video, people were kind of frustrated that I said that the best showing of skill when it comes to looking at somebody's stats is score per minute. And people thought I was referring to Call of Duty in the video. I wasn't. I was referring to shooters in general. But yeah, okay, score per minute. I was a little bit wrong because I did forget that score per minute is dependent on the game modes that you play. If you play game modes that are smaller, if you play less objective game modes, then yeah, your score per minute is going to be a lot smaller than somebody else's. So that is actually a big variable in score per minute. But I did want to use this short video to explain why I think score per minute, I want to say skill-based matchmaking, but it's score per minute. I don't know why those two things are in my head, but maybe there's a correlation there, and Call of Duty World War II is gonna suck. Anyway, so basically, with score per minute, the reason I think it's the best showing of skill is that matches in AAA shooters aren't very long. You can go into shooters like Squad and Arma and stuff, and the matches are very, very, very long. But other than Battlefield, most AAA games are over before 15 minutes. But even with the inclusion of Battlefield matches that can go anywhere from 15 minutes to around 45 minutes to 2 hours, I have been in 3-hour Battlefield matches with max tickets on large maps. But let's stay away from the extremes and focus on the meat of AAA shooters, which is going to be almost never more than a 15-minute match. There are franchises that challenge this, but most matches will be done in 15 minutes or less. So if you think about the handful of minutes in each game mode that you're playing, you want a player on your team that doesn't have a super high KD or has a really high win-loss. What you want is somebody that within each minute of that game, they're going to be doing the most for their team. And other than the game mode variable that I tossed around a second ago, the other variable is players that just like whore the objectives to no real avail, to no real victory, but they just, keep jumping on flags and dying, jumping on flags, capping, leaving, dying. Their KD sucks, their score per minute's high, whatever, and that is a variable. But the thing is, these shooters don't have that many minutes to spare, so I want the person that's going to be doing the most in them. Now, some people were saying, oh, you don't want to be, too fast all the time. Score per minute just means you're a fast player. That's not true at all. If anything, it means you're being an effective player. A lot of the very fast, rushing, slaying friends that I play with in Call of Duty and Titanfall and Doom and stuff, those people don't usually have higher score per minutes than me, even though they're very, very fast. High score per minute comes from doing a lot of little things all at once, healing your teammates, capturing the objective, getting assists, always putting pressure on the enemy is basically the best way to put it. It's helping your team and putting pressure on the enemy. And you want somebody that's going to be making the most of each minute in these short, relatively short matches. And even in longer games, I want somebody that's going to make the most out of each minute they are in that game. And yes, in some games and in some game modes, you don't want to play so fast and hectically. You're going to want to stay alive and you want to treat each bullet as if it was your last. Like games like Rainbow Six Siege, Counter-Strike, Search and Destroy, game modes and games like that. Yeah, I know your score per minute's not going to be that high, and kill-death ratio and win-loss is probably going to be more important in those more competitive scenarios. So I hope this is clarifying it for you a little bit. Yes, I forgot about the game mode variable when making that last video. Yes, the game and game mode variable is very important, and that does need to be looked into. Also, there are people that just falsely inflate their score per minute by being just a fucking suicidal OBJ player, which I did a whole rant about in another video as well. But overall, I want somebody on my team that's going to be doing the most things per second, shooting down UAVs in Call of Duty, throwing down med packs and ammo packs in Battlefield. I want people on objectives, I want people suppressing fire, I want people reviving, I want people healing, I want people capping, I want people throwing grenades around corners. I want them making our lives easier, their own team's lives easier, and the enemy team's lives harder. And high SPM players usually do this. But the last thing I'm going to close this video out with is I hope you guys don't think that I'm saying score per minute is the end-all be-all showing of skill. That is not the case at all. That is completely wrong. If you want to judge a player simply from their stats, you have to look at their win-loss ratio. How many matches are they in? Do they win? You also want to look at their score per minute. How many things are they doing in a block of 60 seconds on average per match? And their kill-death ratio. Are they able to win gunfights? Are they able to take out opponents? I don't believe in win-loss ratio, and that's just my personal opinion, but there's some people that don't even think kill-death ratio even matters, and they're wrong, and I will do a whole video on that if you guys ask me to do that in the comment section below of this video. So sorry this video might seem rushed or lazy, that was not my intention, it's just a simple thing I wanted to kind of clear up and make a video about. Also, I have been a little bit busy with my girlfriend being around, and we had a whole thing going on with my house. There had to be cleaned, and we had this inspection thing going on, so I was busy today, and then when I was done with all the stuff I needed to do, I just sat back and played Final Fantasy because I was tired. And now that I have a little bit of energy, I can get this video done for you guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me topics for other videos. If you made it to this point, type in AO in the comment section, and I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye! That might become a more permanent thing. If you made it to this point, give me an AO. I like that.